Yeah, so it's all about the splash, it's all about the entertainment. It is first and foremost a sport.
Paul, tell us, about the DØDS Diving League and how you created this.
Yeah, so it's first and foremost it's pronounced Döds in Norwegian, which means death, which is like very suiting for the Viking nation of Norway. And it's a diving sport that started in the 70s in Oslo. It was a way of picking up the local girls at the local community pool. So it was about hard slams from the 10 meter, that's the 30 feeder, and landing as hard as possible in front of these girls and maximizing the splash. So that was the start of the era of Dutch diving. And then we were little kids during that period. So we were the last generation of guys doing this, and then the sport kind of died out. So we had a highly unconventional world championship in 2008, where we just kind of a group of friends got together. We were like 50 people and started diving and had a world championship for the first time. And then suddenly, 3 years later, we had 3,000 people there, and the sport got reborn in social media.
So in the dots, how did that sound?
Yeah, good.
All
I'm
right,
impressed. Yeah, that's
dots.
the way. That's
Okay.
that's the way.
So when you're diving in the DØDS League, you want to make a big splash?
Yeah, so it's all about the splash, it's all about the entertainment, but it seems kind of more. It is first and foremost a sport, so it's very similar to snowboarding, and you do the same tricks as you do in parkour and in freestyle skiing and stuff like that. So it's just that you land in water and you land in this unique Dutch position, which is a shrimp or a taco, and then you open up underwater, which gives you a huge vacuum and a huge splash.
So it's the opposite of like Olympic diving, where
I
you
would
don't want
say
where you
it's
want no splash at all, right?
exactly. So here you have the chlorine, the speedos, the silence, and the technique. Here you have the pure madness. You have pyro, you have the DJs, and you have pure entertainment.
That sounds fascinating. So talk about what a diving event looks like. Like what happens?
Yeah, so it's a 2 hour event. It's typically 40 divers. You can compete both as a team and as an athlete. So you have 40 going to 20 in the quarterfinals, and then going to the semis with 10 divers, and then the finals you have 5 divers, and then it's a battle format, so it's all about winning the tower.
Winning the tower meaning
Meaning just like beating every guys and girls on your way to the victory. So it's a battle format very similar to how the snow league is doing it in snowboarding.
and are there how many judges?
So you have 5 judges. So it's takeoff, it's the speed and power out of the tower, and then it's the trick you do in the air, which is technicality. And then of course you have steez. It has to look stupid easy, so cool. And then of course you have the landing, and then you have one overall judge.
And what are the ranges of scores? Like how does that work?
So you go from 1 to 10, and then you have decimals.
Got it. Got it. So who are some of the top figures, the top athletes in the DOTS Diving League?
Yeah, so even if this kind of started as an entertainment peacocking sport back in the local community pool, it's actually a sport that attracts most action sports in the world. So we have divers from snowboarding, skate, parkour, trampoline, skydiving, you name it. And I think the main reason for that is just because the tricks are very similar in what we're doing. And then most of these guys and girls, they're superstars on social media. So some of our athletes have over 5 million followers. So you're talking about bringing the show to the party. This is it. It's just a new format of sport meeting entertainments in just the most ridiculous and entertaining way.
Now, are these outside, inside, or you use a pool? Is it you dive off a cliff? Like how does this all work?
Yeah, so the only thing we need is a body of water and some kind of place to jump from. So we've done competition everywhere. You can do it in a river, you can do it in the ocean, you can do it in a local community pool, you can do it in a lake, and we build it all. So you can do it from a bridge, from a tower, from a boat. So it's a very kind of flexible format, and the only thing you need to compete is a swim trunk or a swimsuit. So it's probably the most accessible sport in the world.
Well, talk about some of the stars, you know, from that are some of your world champions that you've had.
Yeah, so it did start as a Norwegian thing, and then it grew out in the Scandies, and then it started kind of gaining terrain in France and then in Italy. Obviously, kind of it started in Europe, so you have a lot of big stars here. And this year alone, 5 of the Norwegian divers, they're all over TV now. So they get recruited to all the new kind of reality TV shows in France. The kind of big son of France, he's just now highlighting one of the biggest TV shows in France. And now we're seeing the same thing happening in the US. So it is a talent pipe going directly into Hollywood. So it's insane. These people are very, very popular on social media.
Phenomenal. It's amazing. I mean, so if why did you start this? How did you decide to go and do this?
Yeah, so backtracking a couple of years, this was something we did for fun. So this was just a legacy play. We wanted this sport to exist. That was kind of the first purpose. And then after a couple of years, so many people started to come to these events, and then a whole new generation of divers was starting to get introduced to the sport. And within 5 years, we became diving 2.0. We became the movement of freestyle diving. So we're kind of the opposite, just as you're saying, just like snowboarding revolutionized skiing back in the 90s, it became the most watched Winter Olympic sports. We are doing exactly the same for aquatic sports. So we have to remember that even though aquatic sport is one of the oldest Olympic sport, it's been a while since diving has changed, if you know what I mean. So adding this kind of freestyle, Gen Z, entertaining kind of vibe into the aquatic sports is totally changing it, and now becoming one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
So you mentioned, you said earlier that this is from the quiet, the Speedos, to a real party and DJ. And so if you're a diver, if you're one of the top divers, what do you wear? Because like the snowboarders definitely don't wear the normal gear that the skiers wear. So what do you wear in DØDS Diving League?
Yeah. So you'll typically see the surf shorts and the kind of the traditional swimsuit shorts for guys. But if you want to keep it OG, you have to kind of do the cut off jean shorts, because you have to protect your parts. That's the proper way of doing it in Norway.